Glasgow, like Dublin, like Liverpool, I think people with a great sense of humour. I don't know what it sounds to do with his industrial background or it's an ability to look at yourself and laugh at yourself, a bit of self-deprecation, but yeah, Glasgow's always had that kind of humour sort of built into it. I think it's part of the sort of psyche of the city. Everyone's a comedian, you know, but it's actually the people who want to get up on stage there and do it, and that's the main thing. And yeah, Glasgow recently has seen quite an abundance of talent. Raymond for many years has been considered the godfather of West of Scotland comedy, of Glasgow comedy. He's kind of the daddy of us all.
You're not still reading, I was going to do the jobby jokes. Hey, I better know, man, I'll get you on a dry boat. Hey.
The incredible thing about me is... Hey!
Sandy Nelson was a headline act in my very first open spot, the very first gig that I did, and I was blown away by his personality, his confidence, his charm, his ability to command a room. And I think that's very important with a comedian. You have to command a space, and the best comedians do that.
Right, well, this is me, and here are my opinions.
Oh my god, it's scary.
Blackjack!
Yes, I'll just fight somebody else to do it.
I've only seen Ruth Marsh once. I was very impressed, very laid back, laconic style, very clever, very insightful, but you think at first, oh, this is the thing, you think she's very nervous, you think she's maybe not too sure, but then very quickly you realise that she's actually very much in command of what she's doing.
Very good, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I've had a very shitty day because I saw a pigeon die and then I fell over my own urine sample and it's not cope with that sort of thing. But yeah.
Des is this broad range of vocal skills that he has. He has the ability to adopt various accents, but not only put an accent on, but give it a real character and a personality. He's one person that really makes me laugh out loud.
I'm a bit like Sean Penn. I'll wrap that camera around about your neck.
Right lads, it's one of these oh dear type of it's that oh dear love.
Glasgow's a good centre for comedy, a good centre for comedians. But you know, I think it is developing, I think it's growing. I mean, it's sort of moving on from the joke tellers of the 70s and the 80s into people who are a bit more considered.
The other reason I do it is... The other reason I do it, I suppose, is just because I'm starved of love. If I'm going to be totally honest, is I've always wanted to be a performer, just because it's maybe the only obvious way, or I always felt it was the only obvious way that I could kind of get people to like me. I think it comes from, I don't know, maybe feeling a bit worthless when you're younger or something like that.
There are several reasons. One of them is just the uncontrollable, inexplicable urge to express yourself. The same as any musician or any writer or any actor or anything like that. Comedy, I think maybe it's a desire to make people laugh, because laughter's an unbelievably amazing experience. It's a very spiritual experience and a very sexual experience. It's the closest you'll get to an orgasm without actually having an orgasm. And they also want to attract prospective sexual partners. You know, and there's nothing better for attracting prospective sexual partners than being able to make them laugh. And if you can make other people laugh, it makes you look even more attractive. The only problem is you come off stage and you've got to try and keep up that pretense.
I guess people would assume it's self-confidence, but it might possibly be lack of self-confidence, because although it might seem like you're sort of exposed when you stand up there, to a little extent there is a barrier between you and the audience, and it's much easier than actually having a conversation with a group of strangers, because if you put me in that situation in a party, then I tend to just sort of edge towards people I know or towards the bookcase or something.
There's a lot of people just that have a laugh at life, don't take it that serious, and then, you know, we can all go on stage and just talk about everyday life. That's what comedians do. And Glasgow's a perfect place for that.
Like, see the day of the Twin Towers tragedy, right? This woman ain't in a cut, she just lies to everybody, and they're not fuck, no again. And the Twin Towers tragedy happened, it was terrible, and it was about 5 o'clock, I went along to buy like, the paper and all that, and she was going, my daughter's so sad. See, and I was like, ah, she's talking shit. And there was me crowding about other rock, oh, that's terrible, that's terrible. No, it's just I don't know how to get through any shite to get attention, you know. And I says, Well, whereabouts is she? This is in Disneyland.
There's a lot of comedy going on, and there's also an audience for it as well. And compare that to like about 5 or 6 years ago, when there was one, and that was the Cosy Comedy Cafe that Billy Bonkers ran, and now there are 7.
The Stand as a benchmark for Scottish comedy, but I don't think that sort of negates having other acts in other pubs. But at the same time, I know there's been trouble getting audiences in, and sometimes we have up to, I think on Thursdays there were trouble where they had up to sort of 3 conflicting comedy nights all on sort of dotted around the city. And now there's a Jongleur has opened up. I mean, that's sort of like kind of McDonald's of comedy, but
Places like Jongleurs and that opening up now, and 450 people just want entertained. It doesn't matter what you're doing or how you're doing it, as long as they're laughing and funny's funny, that's it.
If there's more clubs, more people will try it. I think that's what drives it. But I think Glasgow's full of comedians. Glasgow can laugh at itself, rather than, I think in the same way Manchester and Liverpool can, because they're more earthy. I think more cosmopolitan places breed different types of comedy, which is more kind of bullshitty and lifestyle based, which doesn't appeal to me at all.
Going, you're not going to check my motor. So I come in here and they're going fucking right. So I had a bird in the back of the maxi, right? And I was getting fucking battered into her, and she was going, ooh, 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 right? She was fucking loving it, right? And I was going, are you enjoying that? She's going, ooh, fucking take a wild guess. Ooh, right? And I said, is there anything else you would like me to do? And she says, oh, I like a bit of pain, you know. She had seen her face when I shut her neck in the door of the motor.
My school nurse as well, she'd always get me off sports day, which was brilliant because I was good at other things, but I was really like, so my report would be like, oh, A star, A, clearly retarded.
Well, I shagged her on the Saturday, snuck out of her flat on the Sunday, avoided her at work on Monday, and on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, and on Thursday. She chinned me on the Friday, shagged her again on the Saturday. She snuck out of my flat on the Sunday, and that was it until the Christmas party, when she took the spotty new deal boy into the stationery cupboard and I took the fat bird out with the photocopier. Not quite as a romantic image as fucking Craig David Mind you. But maybe that's why he got to #1 and I didn't.
Hello, there's kids here, and this is all free, and I love that. It's something that will never leave me. I love there's an ice cream van over there, and it's a disgrace. I edited that about myself. It's all very good and well. I'll never come back to Scotland because I fucking hate it. I just lie a lot, which is brilliant.
I guess I'm inspired, I have to say, female comedians, really. I mean, everyone says, like, Eddie Izzard, just because he's, I think, probably the benchmark of 90s alternative comedy. But when I was at the Edinburgh Festival last year, I saw Margaret Cho and Julia Morris and Sarah Kendall, who were both really, well, all 3 of them were really, really good female comedians, and had really obscure topics that didn't just, rely on periods and boyfriends.
Eddie Murphy, Steve Martin, I think they're quite good. Parrot and Ian Cognito, Gavin Webster. Apart from that, I deliberately don't watch a lot of comedy.
What can I say? Nothing.
Billy Connolly, Ben Elton. I love Sadowitz's anger. Robin Williams' energy. Our clothes, Bob Monkhouse for being so professional, polished, slick.
I think it's just Glaswegians like the sound of their own voice. I built them myself. As he says, with a poofy inflection.
Imagine being gay in Devon, it was like I was a village unicycle.
And here's me, Peely Wally, West of Scotland man. 31-year-old who dyes his hair in a vain attempt to look younger and attract younger women. Carrying about the West of Scotland embarrassment. See what happens when you unwrap the package, ladies.
See the extent it's quite tough and all that, right? Just up the road with us, right? And that's quite true, because I was at my nephew's first birthday party last month there, and we had a bouncy borstal.
People look at life, reflect on life, on their own personal experiences, which is often the best kind of comedy, because comedy comes out of truth, and there's a lot of home truths in Glasgow and from people in Glasgow.
Just be happy, really.